Okay, so Jared, don't tell these children. What is this from?
Oh, come on. I'll give
Serena,
him.
what is this from? What's this song from? Do you not know?
I don't know.
All right, Roxy?
Stuck in the middle. I don't know what it's from.
Yeah.
Right, so great. So it's Stuck in the Middle with You, which is homage to her Disney show.
Right.
But I
What's it
assure
from?
you this is probably not
This is
playing
not
on
our. Yeah.
I'll give him a hint. Quentin Tarantino.
Oh.
Not Pulp Fiction.
Kill Bill?
Earlier.
Children.
I don't know. What was this in?
This
I
is
hate millennials!
An amazing scene in cinematic history.
Michael Madsen.
You guys, Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah, Reservoir Dogs.
By the way, one of the, you know, I always say the Graduate was one of the first movies that brought in modern sound, you know, modern music. Remember that Simon and Garfunkel played throughout. But the next movie that really, for me, did it was Reservoir Dogs. He brought in, you know, all this great 70s music. This was great scene. Michael Madsen cuts the guy's ear off while he's dancing to this.
Tarantino is a genius.
So, Serena, have you seen Reservoir Dogs?
A long time ago, and that's one of those acting class audition,
From that scene that they give you?
where like you're always doing scenes from that or people are always doing so. Yes.
From Reservoir Dogs?
Yes.
Or monologues or something?
Yes.
So, Serena, author of How to Eat Like a
Hot Chick.
Eat Like a Hot Chick. Eat What You Love.
So yes, that was a long time ago. That was
how long ago?
Well, I mean, not that long ago.
Oh, it was
in my 20s.
2007 or something?
Yeah. So it's a book series. I wrote co-author with my girlfriend Jody Lipper, 3 books, and we tried to redefine the word hot chick. So it's not like looking a certain way. It's about an inner confidence and basically telling girls to eat pizza and cupcakes and drink beer and not feel bad about it.
Right.
Yes.
But then you're in really good shape, so what's like
no, but
the
wait
twist?
a second. So I think
Balance.
there probably is, right? There's
balance. But the book is super like funny and irreverent and silly and ridiculous. But yeah, it's about balance, about not feeling guilty for enjoying the foods that you love.
Like I wish Maria could do the show. You know, Maria, because Maria's book, Every Girl Guide to Cooking and Every Girl Guide to Diet and Fitness, because people say the same thing to Maria. How do you eat potato skins and nachos and all that and look like that? And she says, same as you. She's balanced.
Okay, I have a Maria story. You ready?
Good. Yes.
Okay. So when I was 16, I was Miss Nevada Teen.
I wrote this down.
And
was Maria
was Miss Massachusetts.
Miss Teen or Miss Mass at the time?
Miss Teen. And so we were in
you were not in the same pageant.
Yes, we were at Miss Teen USA together.
Stop it.
For a month.
Did you meet? I mean,
yes.
You must have. Did
yes. So I have to tell you this. So that's
just right there.
The pageant is crazy, right?
Yep.
I was not born and bred a pageant girl, so that was like a really
you're
crazy.
A guinea. You're on guinea power. Right. That's what I call it, which I love.
It was a really crazy experience for me, just being with the girls who were.
Well, the Southern girls, right? The Texas girls,
crazy.
Right? They're crazy.
They were nuts.
Yep.
And but Maria stood out to me as just being really cool and really down to earth and extraordinarily beautiful. She looks exactly the same. But there was this moment where we were on a bus to go to like the white sand beaches of New Mexico to do something, and she stood up, and I looked at her, and I had this like feeling about her, like this feeling like she's going to be very successful. Like that girl is going to go. And I was a kid, but I had this. So every time I see her on anything, it makes me really happy.
You only made one mistake.
What?
Because you guys do this all the time. It's okay because you don't all have me in your life. You should have reached out to her all these years. Maria would have open arms. Because you're part of the sisterhood.
I'm really bad about that.
I know, yeah, but in this business,
I know I'm so.
I tell
bad
these
about
millennial brats, if you're not willing to cut someone's throat or sleep with somebody, right? If you're not willing to do that, then you have to make all the smart choices and all the, and you have to work extra hard than everyone else, and that's one of them. And I know so many people that aren't willing to do that, but you have to.
Yeah.
But now, I mean, listen, we're good now, but I'm saying Maria would have been like, oh my, I mean, there's another girl, I feel like from that pageant too, that's a director and a producer from New Hampshire, right?
Oh, really?
With Amanda
Duplass. Something?
With one of the Duplass brothers. You know, there's Mark and Jay Duplass. They're like
Yeah.
amazing indie filmmakers and actors.
I don't know.
I think look up you guys why. And by the way, I'm sorry. She's famous and I should know her. And I just apologize. But this is Karen's world. Karen's my Goodfellas name for Maria. But Karen. But yeah, I think she's from your pageant. And then Maria again stays in touch because it's the same thing. Guys are
okay. We'll tweet her after this.
Yeah,
Did you say
you
she
guys
was right here? Is that what you said?
What's that? Maria was. No,
she
Maria
was
was in the
just-
booth and I was
She was just
surprised.
literally
Oh,
standing
really?
right
And
there.
we
She's
lost
gonna come
her.
back and
Oh,
say
well-
hi to you. I told her a little bit about the story, so she'll come back at
Okay.
the end and say hi.
Okay.
Yeah, no, Karen's all right. Karen's all right. She's very polite, but she threw me off because I was excited. I saw this gorgeous girl here, and then you were drinking beer, and so I went back to my insecure self and I hid the wine bottle and said, "Get me a beer."
Wait.
And then-
There wasn't wine available. I would have had
You
wine.
would have, well, the millennials didn't offer you any. Well, that's okay because their parents get them everything. They don't know how to do that for others. It's okay. That's all right. And you're millennial adjacent, so you probably understand.
Okay, Jason.
You probably understand. Yeah, you probably understand a little bit.
I'm old. I play mom of 7 kids on a TV
Okay,
show.
which I don't buy. Which that's what I was saying.
You
we
can't
we
say that.
actually were trying. No, so no, I buy it. I buy it. But we were looking up online mothers of
I know. I heard you.
6,
Yes.
and we couldn't find any
Okay.
hot mothers of
Well,
6.
I will show you one. Oh.
Just give us the
I-
name. These guys will find it. One thing about the millennials, they know how to hit the buttons.
Okay. Well, the lead of the show, Jenna Ortega, she's the one that's stuck in the middle of the 7 kids. Her mother, Natalie, has 6 kids, and they have 7. Like she
Her
has like,
actual real
her
life
actual
mother.
real life, and she's hot.
How old is the mother?
Not that much older than I am.
Okay,
couple
so
years.
Natalie what?
Ortega.
So Jenna Ortega's.
Natalie Ortega.
Natalie Ortega. Don't-
And
I
put
mean,
in
she's
Jenna
on my
Ortega's mom.
Facebook.
Whoa, I'm
No.
seeing some. No.
No, that's not it.
One thing I have to say, listen, I hate the selfie era because believe me, as the guy, you know how many selfies I have to take in for Maria and stuff. It's annoying, but I will say I love how the millennials take selfies and they all look like little whores. Because look at when as soon as Jared just types up that name, look how many whore pictures come up.
I know. I really.
But we still haven't found her, Jenna Ortega's mom.
she's on my Facebook. Well, because she's not. That's Jenna,
Okay,
but
right, Jenna Ortega's mom, Natalie.
Okay, so
No,
I
she's not
looked
coming
at
up.
I looked at her Instagram,
Images.
and on Mother's Day she posted a picture of her mom.
Okay,
So
there we go.
Go
See,
to her
look at
Instagram.
that. Nice job,
But
Roxy.
it's of her a few years ago, but her mom's in it, and she's hot. But
Well, is that the mother?
No, that's not.
No,
the
no, no.
mother.
That's the girl from Vampire
on Mother's
Diaries.
Day. The group shot.
Down,
the group
down,
shot
further
right
Keep
there.
going. Let's see what we
That
got.
was Nina Dobrev. It didn't
Yeah,
look
she
like
looks
her.
pretty. Yeah, the mom is pretty.
No,
Yeah.
she's gorgeous. And also, I come from a huge Italian family.
Right.
And my dad is he has 9 brothers and sisters, and then so I have an aunt and uncle of those that had 7 kids. And my aunt's hot and like well, she's like.
Well, she's older
85
now, but I'm saying, but back
yeah,
in the day. All
yeah,
right, well,
Yeah.
okay, fine, we buy it.
Yeah, I mean, no disrespect to this woman, she looks very pretty. She is very, but like you are hot.
Well,
Like,
okay.
you
Yeah,
are-
you're
first-
like.
Like you walk in
Well,
here smoking
that's
hot.
really sweet, but thank you.
By the way,
However, on the
She
show,
also has
I
Pantene Katie here.
Yeah, she got really good.
We
hair.
have a girl here,
I
Pantene
heard about
Katie.
Kim in the van. I was here listening to
Pantene
She's got the
Katie.
curls, though.
But you've got the. She's
My
got,
hair is curly, but I got it.
Yeah, you've got great locks though. Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
I don't know what I was saying.
Talking about the show.
Oh,
working for
no, I don't
the
look.
mouse?
I don't wear makeup in the show really, and my hair is a mess, and I'm in.
They're like
big
playing
clothes.
down your hotness. They play it down.
Yes.
What's it like doing a Disney show?
I love it. I'm really grateful. It's really the show's really funny. It's kind of like Modern Family, but for kids. And comedy has always been my strength, but I've always sort of. I haven't had the roles where I've had the opportunity to do the kooky physical comedy
it's
stuff.
hard
I'm always
for
playing
pretty
like
girls.
the
Yeah,
you
no, it's
know,
hard. Yes.
you know what kind of roles that.
Yeah. Yep.
So I'm getting to do all of this incredible stuff.
Do you have a young fan base? Are you noticing your fans are pretty young?
Now they're yes. You know what's interesting is 20 years ago or 19 years ago I was on
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And so it's those kids that are watching the show with their kids that are like, oh my god, that
They
those
remember you from
fans
Power
are coming back.
Rangers.
They remember
Yeah,
from Power
it's really
Rangers.
cute. Yeah, but the kid thing, like I love these kids. Like I don't have kids yet, and I want them, and I love them. So it's a really
Yeah, you mean the
fun.
actors or the fans?
The-
Whoa, is
no-
that you? Are these you?
Yeah, that
Wow.
was me. Yep. Yellow Power Ranger.
Yellow.
The fans too, but I'm talking about the actors.
By the way, you probably could you have just made a living off being, Power Ranger, doing conventions and stuff like that? Is it that kind of fan base that's been built out of that?
I've done a lot of those things, like in between stuff, because
you gotta survive.
Gotta eat.
Yeah.
And the fans are great. Yeah, that's not my best photo. But
That's a
Are
great
you
photo.
serious?
That's a
That
great-
body dough, girl.
It's good.
Hot.
Sweet,
3/4
very sweet.
Italian, a quarter. 3/4.
No, I'm not Irish at all. I don't know where that came from.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just Italian and like a little bit of French and English. So.
That's so funny because we were listening, Lauren and I in the booth were listening to an interview of yours, and we were like, we wonder, it says that she's partially Irish. Why doesn't she talk about it? Is she ashamed of her Irish side? But
Yeah, I don't have one.
you don't have one.
Yeah, no Irish.
Fully Italian.
Yeah.
All right. Kevin,
So
too.
very Italian. Yes.
Kevin.
Mostly, Sicilian.
Yeah.
And some
It dominates.
Venetian.
I did a movie called Everybody Wants to Be Italian, and it's
That's like me.
I feel like they used to be,
I wish.
but I think everyone wants to be black.
people do want to be black now. You're right.
Yeah, black is cool.
It is really cool.
I want to be,
It's in.
Well,
But-
wait a second. So let's see what the Jewish person says.
No, it's not that. Black is cool. Black is cool.
By the way,
But-
Jewish
but-
and Italian are like
Yeah.
exactly the same.
Very similar.
Yeah, but I recently was hearing a story which I guess ties into the fact that our boy Gronk was on the cover of GQ. And there's been a lot of people out there who are saying that Gronk could not get away with any of the things he gets away with if he was black. And it kind of got me thinking, like, that there's
interesting.
obviously there still
Might
is a
be
fucking
true.
problem if that's true. So being black is cool, but then it also has that's a problem. That if society would think that if Gronk was black, that it would be an issue. but
Jared
they
at
love him.
32. Jared's our resident punk.
Okay.
So Jared, would it be if Gronk were black? Would he not get the pass he gets?
For some people, but I mean, I think that's kind of bullshit. I think that
Of course, it's bullshit.
he's fun loving and he's approachable. So if any other athlete was like that, and that he's so approachable, it doesn't matter what color or creed. You're fine. You're fine.
See, we have this guy Ian that periodically hosts a show with us. Counterpoint for everything. He's just that guy. He's
Okay.
just that guy.
Just that guy,
So
yeah.
he would be. I'm sure he would be up in arms right now, Jared. And
Look at
would-
this picture.
Of course he would be.
Don't you want to have Gronk's life there?
Gronk has a pretty awesome
Yeah,
life.
he does.
That's Gronk.
Yeah. But, like, just everything in the news that was happening this week, it bothered me because between people talking about how if Gronk was black, that he wouldn't be getting the respect that he does. And then did you hear about fucking Trump's butlers?
Oh my God.
No, what? What about
yes.
kids?
It's
Oh,
sick.
Edify
God.
me.
It's sick.
Trump's butler came out and
And
I
did
don't
what?
Even, Christian has to say it because I can't even
I'm not
say
gonna-
it. I'm not going to.
No, I mean, I'm not going to say everything that he said, but he did say that see, the problem was Trump's butler had a Facebook page, and he posted his opinions on it. So right there.
About Obama.
Yeah, he said that Obama should have been shot in his first term. He said he doesn't like Negroes. He said Hillary Clinton's a cunt. There were a number of things that he posted, and
This
my
is
point,
the butler said that
Yeah.
Trump said this.
No.
No.
Trump's
The
butler.
Butler said all of it.
Oh,
Trump's
okay.
butler.
All
But I
right.
mean, if you work for Trump, I feel like you shouldn't get to have a Facebook page like that. Should
Listen,
just be
Norm
right
the
there.
Pool Man, my Pool Man, would have a lot to say. Believe me.
Is he ever coming on, by the way?
Norm the Pool Man? Yeah, we'll get him in here
All
at
right,
some
good.
point.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean,
I just feel like it's still so fucked up. Like, everybody's like, what do you mean? Society's not fucked up. We had a black president. It's like, so long overdue. And, like, we are still so fucked up. I'm also in a very negative place in my life right now. So
Wait, why? What's going on? I
Oh.
heard you talking a little bit
yeah,
about
she
it.
was.
Oh,
she,
girl.
she
You got to read How to Love Like a Hot Chick.
okay. She had her first love,
I'm serious.
Serena, and
You have to read it.
and she
Yeah.
was brought. Well,
It'll
you
make
can
you laugh.
can help us right now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
she was dumped. So Roxy was first love, pretty much, and I don't know. We're
we
dumped.
can't even call it that.
Okay, come on, let's
was
call
just
it
like
what it is.
It was a relationship that was
And-
very special to me.
and
Okay.
just had met the family, and I mean within hours.
And, like,
had-
everything was amazing.
It was like on the verge of the next level, and literally hours later, an abrupt breakup on Mother's Day, and she lost her mother just a few years ago, so very sensitive. Yeah, so really really tough. So she's having
yeah.
some tough times. Serena
wait,
Vincent.
how old are you?
24. I'm going to be 25.
Okay, how old is this guy?
28.
Okay.
A boy in his 20s.
Oh boy, okay. Yeah. And how long were you seeing each other?
Not that long. 8 months.
Well, that's
long enough that you don't dump somebody on Mother's Day.
Well, right. And like when you fall in love like in seconds. So like it is a long time, you know.
All right, Cerina, what do we do?
Might
So
use an L, right?
no, so here's the I got this information this from like a mentor of mine. It's not mine, but rejection is protection. Like it hurts. I know it hurts so bad. It will go away, but like obviously this wasn't meant to be. And like I don't know what you believe in, but like maybe it was some sort of like divine something. On Mother's Day, your mom's like, hell no, not this guy. I don't know. But really, like he's you're so beautiful, and I don't really
Thank
know
you.
you, but your spirit, and you're talented and.
Difficult.
You're cool.
But
when's your birthday?
So I'm a Cancer.
Okay, sweet, sensitive.
Very sensitive. Too sensitive recently.
Yeah. Well, no, too sensitive for. I mean, sorry. This guy is not sensitive enough for you.
Cerina, have you ever seen the Honey Badger video? No. Can we pull up the Honey Badger video for Cerina? Just because I want you to know who you're talking to.
Okay, because this is like the opposite of who I am. I'm like a fucking man eater and just have torn through everybody in my life.
Then it's karma.
Here we go.
But
let's
straight up
and let's
honest.
bring in the
Always
audio.
been
We
honest.
won't go the full 3 minutes, Jared. But
This is the Honey Badger.
This is the Honey Badger. This is
Watch
Roxy.
it run in slow motion. It's pretty badass. Look, it runs all over the place. Whoa, watch out, says that bird. Ew, it's got a snake. Oh, it's chasing a jackal. Oh my gosh. Oh, the honey badgers are just crazy. The honey badger has been referred to by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most fearless animal in all of the animal kingdom. It really doesn't give a shit. If it's hungry, it's hungry. Ew, what's that in its mouth? Oh, it's got a cobra. Oh, it runs backwards. Now watch this. Look, a snake's up in the tree. Honey badger don't care.
I feel
Honey
so
badger don't
far
give a
from
shit.
this
It just
fucking
takes
place.
what it wants. Whenever it's hungry, it just and it eats
Oh.
snakes. Oh my God, watch it dig. Look at that digging.
Okay, I get
Honey
it.
badger's really pretty badass.
I can't
They have
even.
no
Yeah.
regard
Because Honey Badger don't care.
whatsoever. Look, and it's just grunting
You're gonna be so happy again one day. It's just gonna like take a minute. It's not gonna take as long as it would have taken had you like gotten engaged to this guy and then he pulled this shit.
Rox,
Like, you know.
we have dragon's blood.
Oh.
It's
Yeah,
different for
it's-
us. We have dragon's blood. We fight this. We fight. We don't fight it like the mortals, like the civilians.
Yep.
And I think she's right. Rejection is protection. I think this was a young guy,
Yeah.
and I do think that later, I think that something else was going to happen,
Yeah.
and it was going to be at a time like right now. Okay, so it happens right now on the Tomorrow Show, and Lauren in the booth, and me, and everyone but Jared, who basically tells her she's unprofessional, but everyone else rallied around her. She is a great writer. She's a really great actress, and there's a lot of good things coming for her later. Now, just imagine we've got your sitcom or whatever it is you're doing that's in the middle of production, and then this happens. Not good. So right now, it's better now. It's funny. The older I've gotten,
I just like wish never, but
no,
of course,
but there's no
yeah.
such thing as never because that's life. But
I guess.
the more I've experienced the heartache and the rejection, like she's saying, the more grateful I am. Not because it makes me tougher or strong or whatever. It's because I'm like, okay, better now.
Yeah.
Because later, because I've had it happen later, Rox, when you have all good things and momentum, and it all crumbles because of it.
It all crumbles. I was married, and I'm not married anymore. But that was like the biggest. It was.
So when did you get? Yeah, in the middle. This is great because this is in the middle of Hollywood and all that.
I got
So tell
married.
us.
I got married in 2000, and I don't feel Hollywood in that way. Like I never tweeted Maria. Like I'm just not that. I'm very
Okay.
private, and I'm a family person. And anyway, I got married in 2008. We were together for like 4 years. Then we were married for 4 years. We were together for like 9 years total. And right after we got married, it went really south really fast.
Really?
And like
How long did you date?
for 3 years before
3 years.
we got
I'm sorry.
married.
Okay, sorry.
There's all kinds of things that happened but anyway.
Was it because the actual wedding and planning was so stressful, and then it went
Well,
south?
no, his
or-
mom died while we were planning getting like engaged to be married. That was so we should have just never gotten married. But like we sort of forced this thing along, and then it just it exploded.
Was he in the industry too or not?
Yeah, he is. Not on camera.
Behind the scenes.
But I did everything in my power to like try. In my heart, I knew like this is never gonna work with this person. Like I love him so much. Like so, I was devastated. But But
you
I knew in my gut that like
I wish I fucking had that.
I knew. Well, it's a different story, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna circle.
Well, they
back.
went in deeper.
So
Yeah,
you
way
know,
deeper.
so I tried to fix it, and I did all of these things, but at that point I had fallen out of love. But
Like what kind of things? Like
therapy and more therapy, and separating, and just all kinds of different things to try to fix it. But I was tormented by it, and I didn't want to be one of these Hollywood people that gets married and then divorced 20 minutes later. I really did this for real. So it took me forever to get to that decision to just get divorced. But really what happened was, it's like I had built this life for myself, and then it completely, like the whole thing came apart. It was like completely dismantled, and then I've been now putting it back together. And
whereas I think what she's trying to say is, whereas had early on, when she knew it wasn't going to work, had she just pulled the plug on it and not gotten married, right, it wouldn't have.
Yeah, I like wrote books and like made a little money and bought a house and then lost it all and like all of these things that now I'm so grateful that I got through that, and I do feel stronger. And like I thought, I'm never going to be over this. Like, am I always going to cry about him and this? And I feel great. Like, you'll get.
do you have to interact with him ever? Do you ever
Not
see
anymore.
him?
Huh?
Wow.
Not anymore.
Is the producer? What does he do in the business?
He works in physical production at a studio.
Physical production.
Yeah.
Meaning, what does that mean?
Meaning when something is like actually in production as opposed to like post.
I see. Okay. So we just won't
He
work
works
with
with
that studio.
Don't work with that. Yeah. Right.
That's all.
But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, that's
but-
like a million fucking times tougher than what I'm going through, which is why I feel like such a
Well,
little bitch.
no,
No,
it's
it's
not
all
about
the
that,
same.
but
It's
it's
all the
about,
same.
but it's about
timing.
rejection being protection. Is that
Yeah.
to me? It's like it's better now.
Yeah.
I
should have walked away at like 28. and
That's what I
really
mean.
didn't,
Like she knew it wasn't working, and she had a gut instinct, but she was like, "No, I'm going to play through. I'm going to will this." And you know what? And then it just became a bigger mess. And it's. I've said to younger people too, rejection is protection, and I will say to them, "Listen, it will be revealed to us later why."
Yes.
You are being protected right now. I don't know. I'm not God, but I am telling you from someone older, I promise you, you are being protected. I promise you. Because now you know what? This happens. Dad's there to talk every night on the phone. You're blessed to work at AfterBuzz and at the Tomorrow Show. People who love you, who will cover for you, who will carry you, she'll tell you this business isn't like that, where they're going to be like, imagine she shows up to a sitcom, or she jumped to Disney, was like, whatever. I don't want to disparage Disney, but I'm saying she shows up to another job, let's say, a lot of them aren't very forgiving, and she's like, I'm dying. I can't even breathe. I can't even eat. Like, really? Get over it.
Yeah.
So now it's
I did, like, my work stopped. It just like went away.
Really?
And that would
It
kill
was
you,
the
Roxy.
weirdest thing. It was just like I had like all of the stuff going on, and then it was like, again, different scenario.
No, of
but
course, we're talking about
but anyway, everything stopped. It was like the universe was like, we're not going to give you anything else to distract you until you deal with this shit right here, until you figure it out.
And then once you did, the work started again.
It took a little bit, yes, but it took a little bit to like put everything back together. It was rough there for a while. You need to do what you got to do. But
It's another lesson too in Hollywood. You got to hang in.
Yeah.
You've got to hang in.
That's another like. We
See, Lauren in the booth doesn't want to hang in. Lauren, tell her. I don't want to tell her.
Don't you dare not hang in, Lauren. You're my fellow Italian girl.
I will hang in with you.
That's it, Lauren.
Okay.
Of course.
Okay. But when you said how's it working for Disney, like, I feel so blessed, and like I'm not married anymore, and I don't have kids yet, but I get to play married.
Okay, but you know something? But wait a second. But that's another why that was more protection and another blessing, because you may not have appreciated Disney had you not had this. And I will tell you, from who I'm with, it's one of my biggest pet peeves with Karen. I love her to pieces. But Karen has, since 22, she's been like a good stock. She's gone up every year. It was funny. I was meeting with Corolla's people about a different project. And out of nowhere, Mike August, his producer, says, Maria's never had a divot in her career ever. She never had that, because Adam had. And that's what forced him to do the podcast and create this big empire he's created.
Interesting.
I said, no. And it's one of my, and again, it's nothing I don't say to Maria's face. It's one of my biggest challenges with her, because she does appreciate life, but she wouldn't appreciate it like Roxy would if Roxy got it, or this other girl, Kathy Kelly, who, now works for WWE, who was at my AfterBuzz network, and now she hosts with Sam Roberts at Sirius, and she's one of the leading hosts at the WWE. But she literally cries every time I see her, and we start talking about her career because she's that appreciative.
Yeah.
But because the road was so long, and I think when you have those moments, you go,
The
you know
other-
what? I get it.
Yeah, the high moments are that much more sweet. I cry at every table read. My TV kids make fun of me. I could literally cry. At
No, and
every
I no, but I believe that. That's not you being wishy-washy.
Yeah.
Or overly
Yeah.
emotional. I believe that because Maria, for other reasons, out of knocking her on a positive, I remember when she did One Tree Hill, she would bawl at every table read. Same thing, because she was having such a difficult time at the job her day job.
Mm-hmm.
I know Maria, when she goes to wrestle for the WWE or she hosts for them, same thing. Hugging everybody, kissing
grateful,
everybody.
yeah.
So grateful, because she's like, it's just nice to be around warm, loving people. And I get it. And I think you're going to be blessed, because of that, and with more stuff, because you get it. Because there's a lot of people who don't get it.
Mm-hmm.
My thing is, I see a lot of people in our business who they act as if, I don't know if this is going to make sense. They act as if they were born into it. And like I say, the only one who can act like that to me is Drew Barrymore, who's like great-great-grandfather and great-grandfather and grandfather and mother are all, okay, I get it. Like, she's seen everything in this business.
Yeah.
But the rest of us pretty much have memories of sitting in our living rooms, watching this black box, or going to this theater and looking up at this giant screen.
Lucky.
Yeah.
We're so lucky.
But my problem is that we all started that way.
Yeah.
But I see so many, it's like the minute they get in, they act as if
It makes me crazy.
they've been in it their whole lives, that, they came out of the womb and were on the screen, and it's...
And that the business owes them something.
Yeah.
That they deserve to be like more. And that stuff makes me sick.
right?
The ego around all of that, like I can't do
And it is ego. It's funny because
It is.
I did one Tony Robbins seminar. Maria's done a ton of them, but she's always like, ego. She always says, ego, ego, ego. But she'll say all the time, it's like, ego, just ego, ego, ego.
When you see it too, like, I mean, in all different forms in this business, in different places, right? But like, as an actor, when you're working with another actor like that, and it's just the two of you, and you're just supposed to be doing this scene together, but then they're bringing all this other ego shit.
Yeah, you're
in
supposed to
with
be playing
them.
tennis.
That's like what like they're worried about the next job, and they're not, they're not
in the moment,
it, and they're thinking, and I'm like, this is the job you have right now.
Yes, yes,
this is it.
yes.
Yeah, that makes me sick.
Roxy's good about that. But that's another thing too, is I see a lot
It's nice
of
to have
people.
it reinforced, though.
But Roxy, I see a lot of people. How many times do we see? It's like, wait, what about the job you have?
Yeah. Well, there's that whole
Like, wait
metaphysical principle idea too, that like where the person in front of you is the person you're supposed to see right now. The people that in your life are in your life are the people that you need right now. And the people that are not, that left, like you don't need him for some reason, and you don't know yet. It will be revealed to you, but you
Later.
don't. But you're supposed to be here. You're supposed to have this.
Right. And that's what I was saying too, because she's like, and even my career, I'm supposed to be writing and acting. I said,
Yeah.
okay, you co-host the Tomorrow Show. You produce at AfterBuzz. You're one of the lead hosts of Screen Junkies, which is one of the biggest digital platforms in the world, next to AfterBuzz. I'm like,
How much
what
more can you do?
And you're writing a script, and between the people we're gonna have the top level people look at your script. The last show we had was the president of FX sitting right there, be like, okay, Roxy, here's my information. I said, but you know what I find, Cerina, to bring it back to you, and why I think Maria's going to love you, and I'm really hopefully you'll let us help you, because you need a little underpower, as we say,
Like Undergaro, underpowered.
but you need a little underpower.
Yeah, I do.
But what I like is you are appreciating the moment, because I was telling Roxy, I said, literally almost every person I meet in Hollywood, and everyone who does Maria's show, which you'll probably do at some point now too, her serious show, they're all not that they're unhappy, but they all want to be. I feel like Lauren, they all want to be somewhere else, or a lot of them. I don't want to disparage them.
Do.
Right.
There's
They
some
wa-
that don't, and they're amazing and they stand out. But
That-
a lot
that
of them
they're
feel
loving-
like lost souls almost.
Well, they're not loving the
Tormented.
moment, right? They're
Yeah.
not like just enjoying the moment.
Yeah.
They're thinking about, I should be here. I should be writing a sitcom. You know, Jared at 32 should be. I don't know what the fuck that he wants to do, but yeah. Yeah. But you know, and it's like just enjoy. You know, what
It's all we have is right now.
Yeah, like look what we're doing. You know, one of the things, even when I was back in the carny business, they said today I had this big meeting. I was telling these guys today, and somehow my work in the carny business ended up helping the big meeting I had today. But they were like, "Do you miss it?" And I said, "Yeah, a little bit."
I didn't know this. That's really cool.
Because we were, we're pirates. We had zero responsibility. Yeah. It was the type of job. If you got in like a fist fight the night before, your job, the bosses, they loved you. They'd bail you out. Yeah, it was just.
But you slept
madness.
under a car, Kevin.
There was no responsibility. We were truly pirates. We were just going from one job to another. You weren't thinking of anything else. And so the other side, but even that, I remember being in the moment, being like, you know what, guys, we have laughs every day we work here. Like we're meeting all these, you know, it was the best of times, but it was the worst of times. It was one of those things, but I still appreciated.
And the moment you did?
Yeah, the moment. And it's like, and I see a lot of times, I remember one celebrity complaining to me about their job and who was probably making about $3 million a year. And I remember, you know, I have 3 million reasons why you should put up with this, whatever you're going through. I mean, listen, unless someone is physically abusing you or thrashing you, and I've seen crazy head games in Hollywood that really will drive you to cancer or sickness or whatever. Hopefully, instead, you can build up the defense mechanisms. You can have the tools to combat that. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like, really? Like, what do we do? I mean, you're working on, you're doing it's adult make-believe. Look at us in Star Trek costumes. We're just doing adult make-believe. Thank you.
Love it.
But at Disney, same thing. You're going in and doing adult make-believe, you know? And it's like, but you know, what about the actors? So you're talking about the ones who aren't in the scene, which to me is disgusting. But then what about do you ever deal with the actors who want to overpower you in a scene? Like steal the scene.
Absolutely. Or they'll give.
Is that necessary?
No, it's they'll if you know they're not they give something different on the master, and then for your coverage they give you nothing, and then on their coverage they do something completely different.
Yeah, so
right?
it's like you're playing.
And you're like, well, if you did that, like I would. This isn't going to cut together.
Okay, so
you know?
right. Yeah. So Cerina,
and not different, but like almost like they were saving it.
Yeah, they totally are saving it.
They're saving it. Yeah.
Now, on the one hand, I get saving it for your moment. That's fine, but it should never be they should still be supporting you. Like the best actors stay in the scene. Yeah. And bring out
that's the fun part. Is
you
like,
would think,
yeah.
But here's the thing. Like I'm a big Star Trek fan, obviously, and I love Shatner's. I love his work, and I love a lot of things about him, and he loves Maria. But one of the things he wrote about in his book is he's like, when he does a scene, he's like, I feel like a prize fighter, where I'm in my corner, and I'm doing a scene with you. And you're in your corner, Cerina, and here we go. And it's like, wait, no. Like, can't it be more of a dance?
Yeah, it's what it should be. Yeah.
Can it be a dance and work, or does it have to be like one has to be the douchebag?
I'm shocked to hear that he said that.
I'm not.
Really?
I've met him a couple times, but I feel like he's very old school in that way too.
Is that more old school?
I don't know if that's old school, but he sort of has that sort of.
Well, there's a lot of look at this actors and there's stars, right?
Yeah, he's a star and he has that thing.
So at least he shows up though to give somebody another take. You know, at least. He's
we don't know that. I don't. Well, no. Well, who knows if that was the master? I don't know about that. I know James Caan will walk out on your reversal. He's out.
You know what's interesting?
He won't sit in, and script supervisor reads it.
That makes me sad. I'm sick. What's interesting about a Disney show, working on a kids show, is that you shoot all your masters and all the kids coverage first, then they go home, and then you get stand-ins that some little people depending on and you do all of or tape and you do all your close-ups and
because
everything
of the hours
because
of work.
Of the hours, which is interesting because I haven't worked with kids before, and now working with 7. It's a whole different way of working too. At
least that's well intended.
Oh, 100%.
Right.
Yeah,
it's got to be frustrating.
It's just interesting.
Though, that you don't have anything to play off of.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's like when you have their little face there.
Listen, there's times I know in indie filmmaking, I'm an indie filmmaker, or I haven't made one in a decade, but you know, there are times where you just need to do the scene without
without nothing. Yeah.
without somebody
Yeah.
there because it's, you know, scheduling is just a nightmare in indie film. So I get that, but yeah, that always kind of bummed me out, and I see it in the hosting world too.
You
I've
do?
seen, oh my God, the co-host who will on a live show will read your line. So let's say it says, you know, Cerina, it says Keven, and I see the Cerina line, I read your line, and that happened. And it's, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. No, you knew what you were doing, you know, and that happens
I didn't
constantly.
Even know that.
And I've seen it really, and especially if it's a veteran host doing it with a newbie or a host who's green,
Just taking advantage.
it will just knock them out of the park. Well, I've seen them not get their jobs back, you know, renewed for different seasons of shows. And yeah,
The newbies not get the jobs back? Or
yeah, because the
They don't have an
veteran
opportunity to talk.
steals all their lines. Yeah, and it's like, well, they freeze, they get thrown
Right.
off.
Yeah.
They don't know how to, you know, they don't know
Yeah,
how
you
to.
got a teleprompter going. It's
Yeah,
live or
that's right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's but I get sad because in our business I see a lot of super successful people who operate that way. And I was saying to Maria, it's like, listen, that's not the world I want to live in, where they win. You know,
I love that we're having this conversation. I feel like
Game
I
of Thrones theme, Jared at 32. Come on, she needs to get psyched up. Go, Serena.
I feel like I only get to. Thank you. I feel like I only get to have this conversation like in my living room with my girlfriends,
not with the
where I'm complaining about things that they don't even understand because they're not in the business or whatever.
Most of your girlfriends aren't in the industry?
But even if they are, they don't get it.
Yeah,
You know, most
most
of you
of them-
guys just complain, and you don't know, like, to take it to the next level. Like, even Maria, it's like I would say, Maria, you're willing to get in the ditch and dig. You're a super hard worker. Difference between you and me is I'm digging that ditch, but I'm popping my head out. How the fuck do we get out of this ditch? Like, how do we get, you know what I mean? How do we change it? How do we improve it? How do we, you know, whereas
Yeah.
I see, unfortunately, more with the women.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to pop my head out of the ditch
Well,
either.
now
I think
you're
I'm
with the
just like,
Are you
know,
on the USS Tomorrow show? From
Yes.
Yes.
right,
I am
right.
on the ship. Thank you.
You're on the ship now.
Pussycat have a tail?
Does a Do a
Right.
pussycat have a tail?
Do a catwalk through the woods? Come
Right?
on, Serena. Yes.
Yep. Yes, the answer is
But your
yes.
friends, the other thing is, first of all, civilian friends are never going to get it. They just because a civilian just goes, well, just quit. Well,
Right.
why would you
yeah,
want that job
right.
anyway? They don't understand that this is a way of life for us.
No, it's totally way of life, and I would never like the quitting doesn't really.
By the way, it's a
actually
way of
enter
life for
my-
Jon Snow, so I don't understand why the music stopped Jared at 32.
Fucking Jared.
Jared, he has no feelings. It's different.
Yeah.
He doesn't. He's not a sensitive.
Like none at all.
No feelings.
I asked him before to play with me. I said, Jared, I want to know anything about you. Can we at least play like 2 truths and a lie? And he's like, yeah. And then just walked out of the fucking room and never said anything.
When's
like,
your birthday, Jared?
March 23rd.
Oh, you just had a birthday.
Are you an
You're-
astrologer?
He's
I get
an
this
Aries.
feeling from
I don't know,
you, Serena.
just no, I'm not an, but I'm into astrology, but
What is your sign?
Aquarius?
I'm an Aquarius too, girl.
Yay! Oh, I thought I
Two
was
hippies.
confused. When's your birthday?
February 2nd.
Oh, I'm the 7th. We're the
Groundhog
same week.
Day.
February
Yay.
8th, yo, right
What?
here.
Aquarius
shit.
Club.
What are you?
Scorpio.
That's
Yeah.
no, that's wonderful.
That means I'm a badass. I know.
Yeah,
That's what I
I
hear.
love Scorpios.
But you know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Serena, as you get to know me, like, you guys need me to protect the wall. I tell Maria that all the time. Like, I know you don't like the things that I have to do, but at the end of the day, who do you want protecting the wall? Jared at 32? No, they hang him like they did last week. He
Like
got
Sir
hung.
Alistair Thorne.
I'd run
Yeah.
away.
Yeah. You want me protecting
yes.
the wall.
Yeah, you need
But-
someone to protect your wall. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
just sounded like a euphemism for something.
It
but yeah,
is.
yeah.
It is.
You do need someone.
But
to
yeah,
protect the wall.
you know
Definitely.
what? It's you have to work harder than everybody. You have to be smarter, you know. But what people don't understand is that if this is who you are, meaning you're an actress, you're an artist, it's who you are. Like, we can't just change that and say,
No.
okay, well, now you're an accountant,
No.
or this is.
No.
So that's
Yeah, it's like it's been.
and that's what people don't understand.
Is it because you grew up? It's not Los Angeles, but Las Vegas, with like the lights and all the, everything is very big and is that what made you want to be an actress, a performer, or?
No. So growing up in Vegas is kind of like, especially when I was there, it's like growing up in a small town. It was a really small town, and it's just, and in the middle of a desert, and so I was like a desert kid. It was like my house was at the end of town, and then there was untouched desert up to the mountains, and we'd ride 4-wheelers and run around. But my mother was a dance teacher, so we had a dance studio in the back of our
So you
house.
can dance too.
Yes. and I'm not a fabulous dancer, but I'm a trained dancer.
You'd be good at Dancing with the
So,
Stars.
I love
That would be a great for you. Yeah, that would be great for you.
Yes,
All right.
That would be a dream. So, I went with my little sister on Disney night a couple weeks ago to watch. It was fun. So, my mom was a dance teacher, so I grew up doing that, and then I started doing like theater and singing.
Any good
and
Hollywood experiences working on? Because you've worked on 2.5 Men. You've done so many walk-ons.
TV shows and everything. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Any fun stories?
I have a lot of fun stories.
Come on. I love these.
2.5 Men. Charlie Sheen was awesome. Like
He's
he
the
was,
best, right?
Yeah, he was the best. It was wonderful.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy
So-
how everybody says that about him.
He's the
who's
best
worked with
guy.
him.
Yeah, he's one of us.
Yeah.
Because he's one of the men.
I want to open.
I know.
it.
Can we get a
Yeah.
bottle opener for her?
I have one. It's in
Millennials
my
don't
purse,
believe in it.
but It's
No,
in
it's
the
okay.
purse is in
I'll
the
go
van.
grab
okay.
it for you.
No, the gnomes open it for her, right?
The gnomes.
That's a running joke in my house. Oh, did the gnomes put the dishes away? Did the the gnomes come? The millennials, the gnomes just come take care of everything. It's amazing. They don't come to me, but when you're a millennial, all you have to do is just believe enough in the. So that would be.
If you believe in a gnome.
And that would be the. I'd have to say Big Joe, our security here. He always knows. There's the dishwashing gnome. There's the.
Laundry gnome?
There's the laundry gnome.
Oh,
That's right.
I want a
This would
laundry
be-
gnome.
This would be
Yeah.
the beer opening gnome,
Yeah.
right? Would be the
But I
bottle
have-
opening gnome.
It's not as valuable.
I have a bottle opener in my purse on my keys. I think she's getting my purse.
You know what?
Sorry, but what were we talking about? We weren't talking.
No,
About your fun stories.
Your fun stories. Yeah,
Oh,
Charlie Sheen.
yeah, he was
yeah.
awesome.
He's one of the guys. No, he's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's a really great actor, and he loves acting.
By the way,
and-
you know one of the reasons why he was he was definitely inebriated and a little bit. Go ahead, honey. You can come on.
Oh my God, you're awesome. Sorry that you had to look in my purse.
No.
It's not
beautiful.
pretty in there.
Um,
I need a purse gnome.
Yeah, you probably need a person.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
You don't even.
But you know
don't
one of the things about Charlie, that's why he was. You remember one of the things he was saying in his rants was like, I Chuck Lorre, and I don't give a shit if you fire me. I'll just have my A-list director friends put me in movies because it's true. Because everyone loves Charlie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could call 5 or 6 friends, and they'd find a way to give him work.
Still not a good
All right, what
thing
else?
to say, though.
What's that thing?
Still not a great thing to
No,
say.
listen, he was definitely medicated
Yeah,
at
he
the
did.
time.
He did some terrible
and
things.
he should not.
but
No, he
yeah.
went Stugats, as we say.
But before that happened, like as an actor, he was great.
Yeah.
I
What
really
about like
enjoyed
on
it.
CSI or Bones or any other fun
I
stories?
mean,
for
I
us?
don't have any fun stories from there. I mean, they were fun to work on, but I'm trying to think of like fun.
Who hits on you? Come on. You've been hit on a
I
lot,
mean, I
right?
can have like that's the thing. Like, am I just gonna like throw everyone under the bus?
No,
That's
you know
right.
what you do? No,
That's
you
right,
throw
yeah.
you throw someone out of the bus who's dead
Yeah,
or
nobody's
is out
dead
of the
yet.
business. Damn.
Nobody's dead yet. I can.
No, but there's so many I know because I know
Yeah.
with Maria, it's endless.
Yeah,
it's
and
everyone's
you
on-
know, married people, just gross, like suggestions, all kinds
Yeah,
of
yeah.
weird.
And what do you do?
Listen.
You just politely no thanks?
Yeah, always no thanks. Yeah.
You have to. You know
But
what?
I have a history of. I think I'm a pretty outgoing person, and I'm really nice. This is interesting. I was talking about this the other day. Being like single at 37 and like starting over again after a divorce. If you're like, if you're just a nice person and you're meeting someone for coffee, even if it's not a date, if it's just like a work person, but they know you're single, or someone wants you to meet someone for coffee, and you're just bringing your best self to the table because
Well, you have
as
to-
we
you
should
have
interaction.
to.
as we should
That's right.
always.
No, you have to bring your best.
Then
They
But
can
it's
take
hard.
it a
people
certain way.
they just always assume
Right.
the assumptions. I'm just having a lot of that lately where I'm like, what did I do to make you think that I was gonna
Okay, because
Yeah.
well, first of all, guys in this town are just so used to just this. Little Roxy's getting off the bus every day. They just have too much pick of what they of all of you hot girls. So that's the first thing. Second thing is, it is a lot of Revenge of the Nerds.
yeah
So these guys, didn't have it when they couldn't get girls like you back in the day. So now it's their shot.
To me,
Third, egos are out of control. Where I've just seen these little gnomes and trolls think that they have such unbelievable game. I'm like, oh my God, if I ever had that confidence,
right
forget it. Like I would have got, right? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And by the way, and because there are girls who are so desperate to get into the business.
Is that true? Does that work? I don't know anybody
What's
who's done that. None
Who's
of my
done what?
girlfriends have been like, yes, I'm going to fuck this
Okay,
guy.
but by the way,
that just like hasn't
okay,
happened.
Christian, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
don't see a lot of the girls from Newton High School and this is rich Jewish girl. They don't play like that, Roxy. It's not. You need the girls from the movie we just were talking about earlier.
Yeah,
Where it
but
was
totally different
the porn movie.
upbringing, and it seems like she and her friends wouldn't do that
Yeah,
either.
no,
No,
She's
they
like-
wouldn't do it. But I'm saying they're getting.
I mean, I look back and like, why?
But
didn't
she's
I
also
do
an
that?
established-
There's a lot of
Yeah,
those
but
things. Where I'm
wait.
like, wait, why didn't I just do that?
But she's
you
an
know?
established star too. It's like you know when you're talking about the a girl that comes out here. And by the way, and there's people who are so desperate for fame. You just saw a video for the porn things.
Oh my
It's
God, that makes
worse
me
than
so
it's ever been
Yeah.
with people so desperate for the fame. And when you guys would keep telling me how sex is not seen the same way in your generation, so it's like big deal. I'll roll around with this dweeb and get what I want. I mean, that's been going on in Hollywood for 100 years, but I'm
Yeah.
sure it's more prevalent now than it's
That'd
ever
be so
been.
fucking cool.
And so these guys,
if you
well,
if
then
you could
do it.
that. No, if you could, like if I could sleep with myself at night, if I could live with myself, that'd be awesome. I just wouldn't be able to.
here's okay.
personally.
Can I
mean,
let me give you
I
some
agree.
inspiration. Yes, there's a very high amount of women that they dated someone famous and it made their career. In fact, unfortunately, it's a huge number of women. But when you think of the women that haven't, and I'll just throw out one, Oprah.
Yeah.
And guess what? Nobody's bigger than Oprah.
Nobody's bigger than Oprah. No
So
woman.
you know what?
Yeah.
You do have somebody like to aspire to that's like who didn't do that.
Yeah.
And look at it. It's fucking
I'm
Oprah.
I'm a romantic. Like I'm like that. Like dating someone or sleeping with someone for any other reason other than I'm just falling madly in love with you. It sounds awful to me. Like I can't.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
This is me switching over from beer to wine.
Yeah.
Kev,
Sorry.
in the
Like,
chat, Fantasy Stat Guru says, Kev, you must have, to be honest, you must have been confident to get Maria. Like, they think that you are a bullshitter about the confidence thing, which I kind of agree with. It's fucking Maria.
Okay. Now remember, people. Listen, this is painful for everyone to hear. I was older, and this was not the Maria of now.
You've been together a really long
Been
time,
a
right?
long
Yeah.
time. This was Maria who was 19 and 45 pounds heavier, and I've often said project player. I was like, we're going to develop her. We're going to bring her in the minor leagues. We're going to bring her along, and she's going to be a champion. But that's why. It wasn't Maria now. There's this Maria, no. I would have no chance. None. And I
don't
always
think
say,
it's
give me
true,
a life
Kev.
preserver. I'm so over my head with Maria. So true. It was different. It was I was a head writer at MTV. She was just graduated.
Coming up.
She was in college. Yeah. And it's like, and it just was perfect timing. It was
Yeah,
a perfect
but you've
storm.
also
And we've
you've
come up
built
the road
things
together.
That's
But I'm
really
saying,
fun.
But it's not.
Yeah.
Tell Fantasy Stat Guru that this Maria, no. This Maria laughs at me every day. Do I not tell you guys every single show
Yeah, that's true.
that she just laughs at me? But
but
I'm in now. Like I got in.
Well, right, but you're also I don't know you that well, but from what I know, you're a good guy, and like
All right.
so if Maria, for whatever horrible reason, was out in the world, like she would be totally overwhelmed with a lot of bad guys.
She says it a lot too. Yeah, she says what
You
you're
know?
saying too. Like because she has single friends, and she's like, it's especially in LA, it's so
overwhelming.
hard.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, it's listen. It's not. I say for me, if I didn't have Maria, I'm like, no, I'm out. I'm checking out. Just drinking drugs, just inebriated, gone. I'd be that's okay.
Just giving up on life.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, no, I would
McDonald's.
be. That would be it for me because I don't know what I would do to because what's out there now. Like I wouldn't be any match for you guys. Unfortunately, it's a different world. But no, tell him Fantasy Stat Guru. No.
He says, like,
No.
you claim Maria was drafted like Brady in the 6th round.
That's right. That's what happened. Because I was like, okay, really? And like she was dating some guy at the time who wasn't paying attention to him. Like, okay, they're all missing the boat.
Big time.
No, I'm signing her.
You had to help her. You had to help her work on her knuckle curve.
That's
know?
it.
I mean, she needed to have a specialty pitch. She
That's
didn't
it.
have it back then.
But you know what? She worked with Coach, and then it came. Let's listen. Let's bring up Lou Albano. I feel like she needs to see it, Lauren. Right? Don't you think? She
Absolutely.
needs to see what a
What did I
real
just say?
manager's like.
This is your
Oh.
new manager.
I'm gonna have him
Oh.
come in and manage you. This guy.
My manager's listening. Hi, Kurt.
Well, Kurt. No, he's going to work with Kurt.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah,
okay.
no, it's okay. Listen, back in the day, so this is Captain Lou Albano. Like back in the day, there were times where Captain Lou would work with other managers. There was time. In fact, I'd have to ask Sam Roberts.
Okay.
I'd have to ask Sam Roberts because Sam would know. There were times where Captain Lou and Freddie Blassie teamed up to co-manage. It's happened before. So what's your manager's name?
Kurt Patino.
Kurt. Yeah, so Kurt Patino, Italian guy too.
Yeah.
All right, so Kurt can work with Captain Lou. They're both Italian.
In relation to Rick.
That'll be amazing.
Yeah, this is all sounds really amazing.
Yeah, no,
bunch of
I'm
Italians.
telling you, he's gonna love working with Lou. So here's Lou with and listen, I'm sorry to
in
our
all
audience.
fairness, Lou
but
is dead. So, that's not
Easy
Lou,
partnership.
Career-wise, he's not. Roxy,
His spirit lives on through Kevin.
he's not
Okay,
dead.
okay,
she
sorry.
She thinks career-wise he's dead. I don't agree. All right. So here's Lou. This guy. This guy is the Golden Terror. His real name is Pete Doherty. The guy in the yellow thing there.
Okay.
Pete, the Duke of Dorchester, just some drunk with no teeth and a beer belly. They throw this costume on him because they need to sell out Madison Square Garden. Long story short, Lou goes, "Don't worry, I got this. Let me take the mic. I'll get people to buy all the tickets." But let me just tell you, if we just wait till Lou comes into your house every morning and gets you ready for a role. This is what you're gonna get. And what's his Ken? You and Ken. What's the other guy?
Kurt.
Kurt. You and Kurt.
Ken sounds nice.
Yeah, you and Kurt. You and Kurt are both gonna get Lou every morning.
Okay.
All right, let's go. Here we go.
I'm dying to see this.
Thursday night.
Are you ready?
Are you ready for this Thursday night?
Does a cat have a tail?
Most of them do.
Do a pussycat walk through the woods?
Pause. Now tell me. This is what Lauren asked you earlier. Just do a cat have a tail?
Yes.
Yes, that's right. Do a pussycat walk through the woods?
Yes.
Yeah, of course he's ready. Keep going. Look at the confidence on Lou. He's laughing. He's laughing at the challenge. Keep going.
Is he ready? Look at the man.
Look at him.
Can you see through the mask?
Yep.
You get a close-up of his eyes?
Look how Lou takes over the director, too.
Determination?
Yep.
Will to win? Mentally balanced, mentally competent?
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Physically fit?
Yep. Well,
Speed? Agility?
Yeah, check.
Power? Suplex artist? Chicken wing specialist?
chicken wing
Step
specialist.
over toe holes?
I don't
Is he ready? Do a pussycat have a tail?
Yeah.
Answer that, brother.
Oh
Okay,
my
pause. Now,
God.
just imagine.
Oh my God.
So imagine you're going up for an audition, right?
Yeah.
And like the director goes, I don't know if she's right. Or the casting person, I don't know if she's right for the role. Clyde's gonna just stay in the corner, and Lou's gonna jump in. Clyde will do the deal. He'll do
Kurt.
the long. Kurt's gonna do the long form deal. He'll do the long form deal, but Lou's gonna jump right in. Keep going.
I don't think we've ever seen the Golden Terror use a suplex in the square.
Well, I think you're soft, so what?
So what?
Maybe it's an optical illusion.
That's right.
Maybe you haven't been able to focus your eyes quick enough to catch the man in action. He's been known to suplex from his knees.
Yep.
Can you do that?
Turns it right on him.
Moon out here right now.
What does the Golden Terror have to say about this?
Don't
Celine,
say
what do you have to
nothing.
say? Nothing.
Quiet.
See?
All right.
You don't even
He's
have to
not
talk.
talking, Bumblebee.
He's,
How do you like that?
he's
Go
Italian
ahead.
and a Scorpio,
Yeah.
huh?
So there
Yes,
you have
that's
it.
right.
Louis Albano and the Golden
You
Terror.
done
The
it deodorant
Golden
on
Terror
occasion?
will
There
join.
you go.
That's
See?
awesome.
So Captain Lou, we're gonna get you guys connected because I like this. I like this. No, because I'm telling you, if you had this in your life, right?
Yeah.
Game changer.
Things are already on the way
Imagine now you sit with the next like Hollywood dweeb, Revenge of the Nerd, who's sitting with you and thinking to himself, "Oh, I'm just gonna get in her pants or whatever," and then all of a sudden Captain Lou comes in and pulls up a chair,
Love that.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
and Kenny can just whatever. Like I said, he'll handle like he's gonna handle the details.
Kurt. Poor Kurt.
What's his name? Kurt. Kurt
Like
will be-
Cobain.
Yeah. Okay, Kurt. I'll remember.
Kurt's
now.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Lou, yeah.
Serena, I've had my beers. I'm drinking my wine now.
Yeah. Because Friday's for the men.
Fridays
we
for the
didn't even
men.
tell her.
Yeah, Fridays for the men. So you know. Now you know.
What do
So-
you mean?
Well, when I used to work construction,
Yeah. Oh,
Fridays, no one would do anything. Guys were coughing, throwing up, and I was working too fast, and they yelled at me and grabbed me by the throat and said, "Hey, haven't you heard? Fridays for the men." Meaning, it's our day to fuck off, do whatever we want. Thursday night, they all drank or whatever, and like that's just how it goes. The
Got it.
workers, the bosses get Monday through Thursday. The men get Friday.
Men means people.
People. Got it.
Men
Now I got
and
it.
women.
Lauren, you
People.
said this outside, and I
Yeah.
was like,
That's right.
haha, and then I was like, oh, wait. I didn't
Now you
get
know.
it. Now I get
And then Saturdays for the kids, and Sundays for the old lady. If you want to really get advanced, but all you need to know right now
Is that Fridays for the men?
for the men, so we can
cheers.
drink and have
We're-
fun.
I did have a question about this.
Yes, honey.
The old lady, as in like your mom, or the old lady, as in your wife?
The broad,
The bride.
Karen.
The old lady. Okay.
Got it.
Karen.
I love Sundays, though, I got to say.
I know you do. You make a nice sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. My dad's in town right now. I'm taking care of him. He had like a health thing. That part doesn't
Let's
matter.
see the good
But
guinea.
he's
See?
with me.
See,
And,
Rox, this
yeah,
is the
You're
this
doing
is the-
Sunday night dinners?
I'm doing. I did breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner today.
No, she's taking care of him because that's what
Yeah.
the guineas do.
And
by the way,
and Friday night, I think tomorrow night,
Is-
we're gonna make rigatoni and meatballs. My sister and I for my dad.
For the men.
wait, there's
For
a
the,
sister
for the
too.
men. Yeah, my
There's
sister
more-
who's 10 years younger, and we look exactly alike. So I always like to say that because
Serena,
she's 10 years younger.
you and the sister in Star Trek costumes come back in and do the show with us.
Oh my
You
god, in
have
Star
to.
Trek! Oh my god.
Yeah.
You got it. We have the extra costumes here.
What color will she be in? What's her rank?
I don't know. We have,
And then what's the
listen,
sisters?
Listen,
We
now you're
gotta
really
talk.
putting me on the spot.
I can't be in yellow because you're in yellow, even though I was yellow Power
We have
Ranger,
yellow.
right?
No, we have yellow. No, you'll be yellow. We do have yellow.
Yeah.
You'll be yellow.
I think she earned yellow
She can be in
because of the
yellow.
Power
We'll
Rangers.
put your sister in red
Do you have
because she'll be a
green?
yeoman.
A tens
No,
are
You
right.
don't have
it's
green.
only the Federation only had yellow.
Well, you do have green.
There was one tunic that Shatner wore for about 4 or 5 episodes. I have that, but I only wear it on special occasions.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
On when we do
Okay.
tall people tosses.
Yeah.
We had one of the stars of Little People from LA, Tara Jolene.
Oh.
We were talking about how they did the midget toss in
Oh.
Wolf of Wall Street. So
Little
we did a
people
tall
toss.
people toss. Yeah, little people toss.
And-
So
Yeah.
we got thrown
So
across
he
studio.
got thrown.
For
like,
her amusement.
Straight up thrown.
For her amusement. That's it.
Yeah.
We did.
Where did you do this?
Here.
Here, right
In
here.
here?
I
Thrown
got
from
thrown
here
From there?
To there.
Over there.
Thrown.
Listen,
And Ian. who
Serena, you're
also-
coming back
Awesome.
anyway. You're coming back.
Yes, I
All
would
right,
love
in
to.
uniform,
thank
you're going to bring the
In-
sister. By the way, shout out to the guineas. Shout out to the Catholics, too.
Shout out to the men.
Even Maria goes, you know what? Got to hire Catholics. I'm like, all the time. Because we do the work
Yeah.
at the end of
Not
the day.
not afraid to work.
Very domesticated. Okay, Serena, where do we find you?
At Cerina Vincent
At Serena Vincent.
on Twitter and
That's easy.
Instagram. I'm getting better at this whole social media thing.
Let me
on
just jump in
Facebook.
for our audio-only listeners. Serena is Cerina.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
very
Everyone
nice.
knows that, yes.
Yes.
Very nice.
Never
By the
seen
way,
anybody spelled that way.
once Captain Lou gets involved, once we switch you over to Underpower, we're going to make some changes.
You're not gonna change my name, right?
Nope, that's a
Just
great name.
kidding.
No, I love your
Just
name.
kidding.
I love it. It's all, listen, everything's good.
kidding.
Your energy, everything's good.
Thank you.
You just need to be, the world just runs better on Underpower. That's just this. I say it all the time. Even Maria sometimes will go, we need Underpower.
Yep.
Done.
And someone to protect your wall.
That's right.
Yeah.
You guys need me. You're not going to like me up there. You don't like my methods. Roxy doesn't like my
Oh,
methods.
hate them, but
But-
they get you done.
Yeah. They need me protecting the wall.
Yeah, my wall needs protecting.
Listen, you guys, Monday,
Yes. In your heart.
I am not going to be here. I'm at Upfronts in New York protecting the wall.
Right.
Fun.
But JD Roth, host of Funhouse from back in the day,
Oh my gosh.
owner of 3 Ball, producer of and creator of multiple series from Biggest,
Biggest
Loser,
Loser,
to
Extreme
Barrett.
Boss, yeah.
Right. We'll be holding down the fort on Monday. And I think we need to have some people come in and bring him some lame pitches. Some lame TV shows to pitch him.
Maybe
Really
he'll
put him
fall
on
in
the
love
spot.
with one.
He may.
I loved Funhouse and I loved JD Roth.
Right.
I was a big fan.
Well,
as a
listen.
kid.
He came in a couple weeks ago. He was
You know
great.
where we
Yeah.
live. You could surprise him. Put on your costume. There's an empty seat right there.
You
They
know
took it out,
where we
but right
live.
there. Come on in. So it'll be JD. Until then, it's at Roxy Stryer. It's
Yep.
at Gilkerson Radio. It's at Lauren Lagrasso. It's at Blatcast. It's at Undergaro. And please hit us up. Info at Tomorrow Show. Info at The Tomorrow Show. And rate and comment on iTunes. And until then, you guys, I'll be back next Thursday drinking with you. But until then, once again, please make it a better tomorrow.
Oh, I love that.
Yep.
Leave your stepping stones behind. There's something that calls for you. Forget the debt you will
Thanks for tuning in to The Tomorrow Show with Keven Undergaro. For guest bookings, questions, or comments, you can email us at info@thetomorrowshow.com. Be sure to follow us on social media and tell a friend about the show. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, your voice of tomorrow, wishing you a better one.